What's the worst way you could possibly imagine dying? Now, imagine that death creeping up on you, not in seconds, but in slow, excruciating stages. All because of an experiment you thought you had under control. These aren't horror movie scenes. They're real stories of scientists who pushed the limits of human curiosity and paid the price with some of the most brutal deaths imaginable. By the end of this video, you might start seeing dangerous experiments in a whole new light. Story 1. The man who dissolved himself. Dmitry Ivanovich Mendeleev's lab worker, hydrofluoric acid incident. It started as just another day in the lab. The scientist, we'll call him Andrei, was working with hydrofluoric acid. Nasty stuff. The kind of acid that doesn't just burn, it slips right through your skin like it owns the place. He spilled just a few drops on his hand. No big deal, he thought. Just a quick rinse. But HF doesn't warn you right away. No instant pain, no big dramatic sizzle. Hours later, the burning started, deep in his bones. What he didn't know, the acid had already been silently binding with the calcium in his body. Piece by piece, it was dissolving him from the inside. By the time doctors realized what was happening, his nervous system was in chaos. His muscles locked up. His organs began shutting down one by one. Andrei didn't just die, he was chemically unmade. Story 2. The scientist who boiled alive from the inside. Louis Slotin, criticality accident, May 21st, 1946. Los Alamos Laboratory. Louis Slotin was showing colleagues how to handle a plutonium core nicknamed the Demon Core. The goal? Keep two half-spheres of beryllium apart so they wouldn't go critical. Louis used a screwdriver as a spacer. Yeah, a screwdriver. And then, slip. The spheres touched. There was a blinding blue flash, and in less than a second, Louis absorbed a lethal dose of radiation. The kind that rips your DNA apart and cooks your body from the inside out. At first, just nausea and dizziness. But by day 2, his skin started peeling off in sheets. Blisters the size of coins formed. His internal organs began liquefying. His body swelled, his nervous system fried, and every single cell in his body screamed in unison. 9 days later, Louis was dead, and the Demon Core had claimed yet another victim. Story 3. The man who got sucked into a particle accelerator, Anatoly Bugorsky, 1978. A Soviet physicist named Anatoly Bugorsky was inspecting the largest particle accelerator in the USSR. The machine was supposed to be off. Spoiler, it wasn't. As he leaned in, a beam of protons traveling at near the speed of light shot straight through the back of his head and out his nose. In that fraction of a second, part of his brain tissue boiled. The side of his face swelled up instantly, skin tightening like it was being vacuum sealed. Within hours, his hair fell out in the beam's path and his flesh began to rot. Here's the insane part. He didn't die immediately. He lived long enough to feel his body betray him day after day, until brain swelling, tissue death, and radiation poisoning finally caught up. It wasn't a quick death. It was a long, drawn-out unraveling. Story 4. The woman who melted. Karen Wetterhahn, dimethylmercury, 1996. Karen Wetterhahn, a respected chemist, was studying mercury compounds at Dartmouth College. She wore gloves. She followed safety rules. But dimethylmercury is no ordinary chemical. It's so toxic, even a single drop on the skin can end you. A drop fell on her glove. She thought she was safe. But dimethylmercury laughs at safety gear. It slipped right through in seconds. For months, she felt fine. Then the headaches started. Memory loss, slurred speech. Within weeks, her nervous system was collapsing. She lost control of her body, slipping into a coma as her brain function shut down like a city losing power grid by grid. Less than a year later, Karen was gone. Her mind, the thing she'd spent her life sharpening, erased by the very element she was trying to understand. Science has given us miracles, but it's also littered with stories written in blood, bone, and broken bodies. These scientists weren't reckless thrill seekers. They were pioneers who stepped too far into the unknown. So next time you hear about an exciting new experiment, remember, curiosity might open doors, but some of them slam shut on the other side. If you found these stories as chilling as I did, hit that like button so we can dig even deeper into the dark side of science. And subscribe, if you dare.